Okay, the other type of story problem we're going to have is a travel, and you're either going with a current or with the wind or against the wind, things like that. And we have to find sometimes the speed of the wind, sometimes the speed of the plane or the boat or the current, all those things. Okay, but the idea is we have to use this formula. Okay, distance equals rate times, and I cannot make an R for some reason. Distance equals rate times time. And then we have to decide what we need to solve for, okay? And so it says here, a commercial jet flies 1,500 miles with the wind. In the same amount of time, it can fly 1,000 miles against the wind. So in other words, it's going to go slower, right? But they're saying that the time of one direction is equal to the time of the other direction. So we've got to take this formula and solve it for t. And so basically the distance one way divided by our rate is going to equal the distance the other way divided by the rate. So we've got to find those two things. Okay, so we're saying 1,500 miles with the wind, right? And then it says, down here below, it says the speed of the jet in still air is 550 miles an hour. So if it's going with the wind, we're going to add the wind to it because it's helping us, right? So that's one of our distances divided by our rates. And that's going to equal the other distance divided by that rate. Well, the other distance is we're going the other direction. We're going 1,000 miles this way. But now, instead of going 550 and with the wind, we're going against the wind. So the wind is actually not going to help us. So that's our other distance over rate. So now we have our rational equation set up, and we can just solve it. So I'm going to get rid of this stuff so we got room. But basically, we just multiply by our common denominators, right? So I'm going to take 550 minus W and 550 plus W. And the same thing here, 550 minus W and 550 plus W. And multiply these. And so here, this would cancel and this would cancel. And this is going to cancel and this is going to cancel. So I got to take 1,500 times 550 and W. So that's 1,500 W. I know that. I got to get a calculator out. Calculator time. And I'm going to take 1,500 times 550. And that's 825,000. Yeah, you knew that off the top of your head, didn't you? All right, so this one here, 550 times 1,000, I'm not going to screw it up. It's going to be 550,000. I should have known that. And then plus 1,000 W. So now we just solve this equation. So we're going to add our 1,500 over here. That's going to give us 2,500 W. And then we're going to subtract 550 grand. And so I got 825 minus 550 is 275,000. And that equals 2,500. So we're going to divide by 2,500. And we get 110. So the speed of the wind is 110 miles an hour. That seems really... Yeah, that's right. I don't believe it, but 110 miles an hour, that's a lot of wind. Okay, way up high in the sky, I guess. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Sometimes you won't have to set up two equations. Sometimes you can just deal with one, distance equation, but basically you're looking to set your times equal or add them together, things like that.